Behind the Games, Flip and Chop, Part 1.
Hey there, it's M.Strange. Here. Just want to show you what I'm working on. I'm working on a game called Flip and Chop. It's a little game that I probably spent like a week on now because there's this festival in my town, San Jose, California. That's where I live, and it's called Sub-Zero, and it's pretty much the coolest event that is here in this town. And so last year I made a video game for this thing, and then I have like a little table and a projector and a screen. I bring joysticks and let people play it. So I did a 4-player game last year called Smashy Town, this one. And so I designed it especially just for that festival. And then this year I was to make another one. So this is what I've done this year. So it doesn't have the menus or any of that stuff. I'm still doing the gameplay. But 4 players do work, and it has a lot of stuff. So let me just show you. Flip and chop. Okay. So you're a chef, and you randomly become one of like 50 people. So now this is an all-female cast, randomly. And then get the coins from killing zombies, and then if you flip them with your spatula, they go on your plate or on your table, and then you want to chop them so it goes in your pan so you can cook it. And you eat plungers for some reason, or this dude does, your patron, and dude wants more. So let's go flip the roulette donut wheel, see if we get anything good. Flip this. Okay, now it's cooking. Okay, we got turkey. We'll feed this dude a turkey. So that's like a bonus turkey. That gives him some food, so you want to fill up his bar of fullness. Oh, another turkey, they're nice to me. And then we have these killer toilets. So randomly you hit them enough times, and then like this monster will come out and kill whatever's underneath his tongue. And just to show you, see, I'll flip joysticks. So now I'm the blue person. Kill the zombie. Just show you like it does work. So I try to make everything all like color coded, and so, you know, I didn't want to use like a bar that says 1 player, 2 player. That's what I did last year on the other game, and it seemed like there's a better way. I wanted to do it visually, you know, like I do things as a filmmaker. So yeah, so that's a game so far. I still have to do the menus and all that stuff. But just so you know, I didn't do the art, so all the characters and pretty much everything in the scene are assets that I bought. So I use Unity, that's this program right here, and they have this cool asset store that is part of the program, and this is one of the coolest part of it. So if we go look for Cinti, I think that's the name of the company. So where is it? Oh yeah, see, they just put out this one. I haven't bought it yet, but I totally want to get it. And they make all these, like, it's kind of like 8-bit looking 3D stuff. So, you know, I used to do kind of a 3D style like this way back when in my films and animation. And there's all these characters pre-made, so I didn't make any of this stuff. I just programmed it. But actually, I didn't even program it either. Well, I did all the stuff that would require programming. But if you follow my game stuff, or maybe you're here from the Strange School, you'll know that I use Playmaker, and let's take a look at some of the guts of this thing, some of the little making of behind the games. So here's just some of the prefabs from the game. So every zombie is based on this one zombie prefab right here. So there's only one zombie prefab, and it has a NavMesh agent on it. And I actually built a little, let me show you that, a little dismemberment system for this. So I don't know if I did it when I was playing it right now, if any of the heads or arms got cut off. But with Playmaker, I built a little system, so I have it set up, and it does it at runtime, so it automatically gets a character, finds the proper joints, and sets up the things on them needed. I'm using sphere cast so that it knows when their arms cut, their head cut, legs cut. I disabled legs for this game, but my friend Jimmy Screamer Claus, who makes movies and now he's in Unity, he needed a dismemberment system, so I'm gonna like build this out into an asset so he can use it, and then I'm actually gonna release it as an asset too. So if you need easy dismemberment with Playmaker, watch out for that. But so this zombie prefab is this one thing, and then you see this dictionary here. Coders call these dictionaries, in Playmaker they're called hash tables, but it's just a key and value pair. So these are all the zombie models that came with that pack. So like let's go look at that. Simple zombies. So it came with all these zombies, so I was like, oh, I might as well like use them, right? I just added the glow on their eyes, the red eyes. So this thing, if we go over to our prefabs, oh, zombie master. Okay. So this dictionary holds all the models, right? And or this one does. These are their materials. I need that for the dismemberment system. These are the models here, and there's a behavior tree for behavior designer, which I'll show you in a second. But all right, so I have all those prefabs loaded in this dictionary here, and then so what this thing does, it goes and it grabs a random zombie model from that array list. It's really a list, but they call them array lists in Playmaker. And then it spawns one, bloop, right? And it saves it as a zombie spawn object. And then it makes it a child of this object, of this prefab. And then it sets up its scale. And it gets the proper joints. So I know the names of the joints. And then I store all the joints that I need for this dismemberment system. I get the severed limbs, which are from dictionaries too. I set their scale. I get the replacement materials. I start the behavior tree, and then it runs. So every zombie, so it looks like there is a bunch of different zombies, but they're all based on this one thing. And so like here, I'll play it again, so we can look at it here. And come on, guy sitting next to the toilet. So this is live, so we can see this zombie's a cop zombie, and there's, oh, 2 cop zombies, and that dude over there is a sheriff zombie. He's a different kind of police guy, and I think I have it set up so, oh, there's like, see, there's different people over here. There's like this, let's pause it, because we can do that. We can do that in this world that we control. So we have this zombie, so yeah, it's loading them, and then they all use the same tree. So let's click. This is my pool. If you're going like, oh my god, your hierarchy is crazy. So this stuff is all closed normally like this, but that I use pool manager, which is a Unity asset for the pooling, so that all this stuff is the pooled stuff. So I didn't add it there, so don't yell at me about my disorganized hierarchy. But so in behavior designer, what the hell, zombie? What are you doing? Let me see your tree. Let me see your tree. Okay, there we go. So this is, oops, let's drag it over. So this is the brain of that zombie. So it's this behavior tree. This is behavior designer. So this is a way that you can do more advanced AI than you can do with Playmaker alone, without having to code still. And if you're here from the Strange School, you'll know, or maybe you don't know, but I have a course on Behavior Designer too. It's called Awesome AI Made Easy with Behavior Designer. So if you want to learn how to do this, I made a little course for this. But anyway, so this thing's running. This is a zombie brain. It's looking for items. So I didn't have it do anything to the player. It wants to eat your items, like the things you're trying to cook. And if they hit your patron, that guy you're trying to make this dude eat enough so he explodes. So that's his like fullness meter. So if the zombies hit him 3 times, they'll make him puke, which makes him lose his fullness. But they don't look for them; they just randomly bump into him when they're wandering. So this is a task that comes with Behavior Designer's movement pack. So it makes the zombies randomly wander. So what they're doing, they're just randomly wandering. Well, I'm using, what do they call them? Conditional aborts. That's what this icon is, abort type. So what it does is that this is running, but it's always checking this. That's what this little circle is. So if this ever becomes a success, which means that it can see something in this layer item, then this will fire, and it will check and make sure that the item is not null. And then it goes and runs this thing, and this will seek it, so that makes them chase after it. And then they'll try to eat it, and if they can eat it, so before they eat, they spawn a dialogue bubble. This is a pool manager action. And so they have 7 to 10 seconds to eat it, and if they do, they send an event to the item itself and despawn it, so it looks like they ate it. And then they'll go back to wandering. But anyway, I just want to show you this brain. Let's see if it does anything while we're watching it. But it probably won't because there's no items. So here, let me lock this and go spam some items in here. Just kill some of these. Hopefully not the one whose brain we're monitoring. See, this is like science. Okay. Okay, there's 2 items there. So now let's watch its brain. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, did something. Here we go. It's seeking an ingredient. Oh, and there we go. It's trying to eat it. It must be trying to eat it. Let's see. Yep, there's a zombie eating something, and then it ate it, and it's wandering again. Exciting, isn't it? Yes, it is. Making games is very exciting. And if you want to make them, you should. So, what else was I going to show? The anonymous internet. So, also the ingredients. Let's see. So, the ingredients are when you deposit a coin. Like, now I'm the pink person. Come on, toilet monster. Spin the wheel. When you deposit a coin in here, then it spawns what I call an ingredient. So those are those food items or pills. You can cook with pills now. Have some turkey, my friend. Fill yourself up. Okay. So in the ingredients, there is just one prefab for that too. And if you're a Playmaker user, and let's look at its FSM. It just has one FSM. If you're a Playmaker user and you're not using Run FSM, and you have to use templates with them, this is super powerful, so powerful. Oh my god, I can't describe how powerful it is. But look this up. There's a video by Lane Fox where he does a video showing how to use this. And I'll probably do some videos on it pretty soon because it's cool. But so those items, this is the FSM for them. So if we look at the actual item, let's go over here and see this ingredient thing. So it has all the item objects inside of this prefab, right? So meat, apple, banana, chicken, carrot, corn, fuel can, milk, pills. So all those meshes are in this prefab. So in this FSM, it deactivates the child that was active the first time it ran, or when it ran previously, because when you're using a pooling system, it's reusing stuff. So usually when you run a pooled item for the first time, you want to turn stuff off that might have been left on. So that's what this is. And so then it gets a random item from its children, from those objects, and then it activates that random child. And then I spawn some magic particles, blip, 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 blip. And I set the magic particles parent to this object itself, so then it has these spawning particles falling around. And then I run this run FSM. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. Item name. Alright, so if we go into this run FSM, so this is an embedded FSM, right? So this handles everything all those items have to do. So when they're flying around, when they get chopped by a spatula or flipped by a spatula, when they get chopped by a meat cleaver. So all I have to do, so since all those items are managed by this one FSM, if I want to change anything, I just edit this one template and then it updates everything, which is pretty awesome. It is, yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that real quick, just because I thought it was cool. Because I don't know who's watching these. I don't know what your interests are. I don't know if you're making games or if you're just like a fan of my weird movies, or I don't know, you gotta let me know what you want to see, if you just want me to talk about inspirational, rational things. But so this festival is June 3rd and 4th, 2016. That's the year, I believe. So if you're anywhere here around the Bay Area, you should come to it. And oh look, because I hashtagged them or added them on Twitter. Here's my tweet about the game. Here, let's go see. Does this work? Oh yes, it does. So if you come to the Sub-Zero Festival, June 3rd and 4th, if you're in the area, it's from 6 to midnight those 2 days, you can come play this game with me with these 4 joysticks and 3 of your friends. So yeah, I just wanted to show you the game, and hopefully you'll come out to this thing if you're in the area, the Sub-Zero. And now what I have to do, so the main gameplay and all the stuff is in here now. And also I was going to show this thing. If you're making games or actually doing any kind of projects that you need to manage, this thing is awesome. It's called HackNPlan. It's just hacknplan.com. And so it's like a time management, project management tool for game development, but you can use it for anything. And I've been using it for this game, see all my completed stuff, and for my other projects here. So this is what I use to manage this game. And I should look back to see when I started it. I don't remember. I go into like a daze when I'm making stuff. I'm just like, So I think I started on 5.2, but then I had like 5 days where I had to do other stuff or I couldn't do it. But anyway, I think maybe a total of like 7 days total broken up. I've been working on this. But anyway, let's just play a little more. And if you want to play it, let me know, and let me know what platform you're on. So I have to fix up the joystick thing, because I think it's only set up right now for my rip-off NES joysticks. Have a turkey. Yeah, okay. But yeah, you see, so every time you play the game, it spawns a different player. And what I'm gonna do, so now you're a cop, but I tried to make it so, you know, you have a certain color hat, so one player's pink and like that, so, but you get some variety in it. But the things that control when the players are created, let's go to our creator FSM. So this is what spawns a random player. So it gets a random person. Oh, a joystick fell, falling apart over here. So this list has all of the prefabs that came with that Simple People asset. So I just load all the prefabs in here, the already made ones. And then what do we have to do? We grab a random one here, and then we spawn one, and we save it as spawn person. And then I set it as a game object. Yup. So then I'm setting this variable on some other FSMs in here, or attached to this, or in its hierarchy, I mean. And then I parent this spawn person to this root creator, set its scale properly. I get all of its joints because I need to do stuff with them. And I convert those joints to transforms, so it saved them as game objects here, and then I convert the game objects to transforms because I'm using an asset called Final IK to do the arm movement. So I needed to grab the transforms, and then I spawn that chef hat, that's a prefab, and then I parent the chef hat that I just spawned to one of the joints that I grabbed in here. So I grabbed the hat int. So then I parent it to that. And then I set the PSR, position, scale, rotation, on that hat. And then I get its mesh so that I can set a material on it. So player 1, 2, 3, 4 have a different material, so that's what this is for. So this I have to do manually. So what I did right now, and I don't know, if I make like a real game out of this that I release, I would do it differently. But right now I just have the 4 game objects already in the hierarchy. But usually you'd want to spawn those and put them in your So you would not want to do direct references to things like this. But this is a quick and dirty project for that festival. So, and then I attach a template FSM to the object. So since I'm spawning them on the fly, I could go and open all 60 things and attach an FSM, but that's not really a smart way to do it. So there's this action, add FSM template, and I don't think it's on Ecosystem. I think it's on the Hutong Games forum. So if you search for add FSM template, you want this, that's where it is. So then that attaches an FSM to it on the fly. And then I set an animator controller on the fly. And I think I might have made this action. I don't know. Like, I'm good enough at C# coding now where I can make Playmaker actions. And I think I did make this, or am I tripping? I don't know. Let's look. Set animator controller. Let's search the Ecosystem, which is a search engine for Playmaker actions. So let's look for controller. I've been working so crazy, I don't even remember. So if I like made this or not. Set animator. I must have made this. Let's go look in my custom script directory. Okay. Set animator controller. So yeah, alright. So I made this action. So I will put this on Ecosystem. I've just been hustling. So I don't like realize what I'm doing all the time. So yeah, I modified some other action and made this one. Okay, so I will do that. So you can't get this one right at this time, but I'll put it on my snipped page. And since we're just into all this stuff, I put all my actions that I make on Ecosystem, but I also have a snipped page, snipped.net/m.strange. So this is all my custom Playmaker actions I've been making. And usually as I'm working, I'll just, I'll need an action, so I'll make it, throw it up here. And most all of these are from my other secret game that I've been working on for 6+ months that I have not shared anywhere. But just trust me, it's awesome, and it will blow your mind. But anyway, that's my snip thing over there. And, oh, what happened? Where did my friends go? What? Oh, here it is. Okay, so then I assign an animator controller to each character because I wanted to keep them separate. I think I did that because when I was debugging multiplayer, I thought that was an issue. I don't know if it is, but I did it anyway. And then I add... Oh, I had to create this action too. So final IK is an asset, and I want to add that script on the fly to an object and save the script itself as a component variable so I can do something to it. And so I made this one. I'll put that up there too. Although it's super obscure. Like, it doesn't do anything but that. And then I had to do all this monkey business. So I tried to modify the lim IK script action that comes with final IK. But I couldn't get some variable. So I just had to use set property. So if you use Playmaker, you know that like this is your set property is powerful. But it's not always elegant. But if you need to grab something, so I had to do all this complicated set properties. Oh, and that's to set stuff on this script component that I'm saving there. So my target object is that component. And then I add it to the left arm, and then I do all that same stuff. Oh, the pain. And then there's this random name generator for, I think they're called Advanced Playmaker Actions. It's like a collection. I don't think it's on Ecosystem either. It's like you just find the dude's GitHub, but if you just search for Advanced Playmaker Actions, you'll find this. So it takes a text file of names or whatever you want to give it. So I just went to some site and got a bunch of random names, and for the first and last name, and then it'll generate a name. So when you play the game, what I'm doing is that it's generating a random character and then a random stupid name. And then it'll be like, you are Jojibo Katalamono, whatever. So I don't know if this is interesting to anybody in this long-ass video, but I will be releasing this game sometime after the beginning of June, because I'll be in Iceland in the summer. So I will release it for you to play before that, so you can play 4 players with your friends. But yeah, I might look at some stuff. I might go buy some more of their assets and make like a full third person like crazy game with these mechanics, but we'll see. My other secret game takes priority. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a little look behind the games. So if there's anything you saw in here, if you're into the tutorials and you want to learn Playmaker or Behavior Designer or whatever, if there's stuff you saw that you want me to show you more about, you want to learn about, you don't know about, let me know in the comments. And if you don't know, I try my best to teach this stuff if you want to learn, because I think I've only been doing it for like 2.5 years now or something. I started 2014, something like that. But so I just taught myself from nothing. You know, I was well, maybe you don't know, I was an animated filmmaker, and I went from filmmaking and animation to game dev, and I knew nothing about coding or any game stuff. So I made these courses for people that, you know, you're not like a programmer or really technical, so they're really for anybody. So you can get these classes. Check out my free intro. And I was talking about Behavior Designer. Yeah, Awesome AI Made Easy. So I have a little course on Behavior Designer. That's my newest one, and I'll be doing more. So yeah, if there's stuff you saw me doing in here that you want me to share, or I don't know, maybe I can like take something from this and release it public. No, I can't. It has those assets. So I would be breaking the law, because you need to buy them, because Cinti Studios is cool. But anyway, okay, I'm going to go back to work. I made this long-ass video. And, yeah, flip and chop, main.
This has been Behind the Games, Flip and Chop. Thank you for watching. See you later when you're playing the game. Goodbye.